my most important letter to my queen. This is not a letter of duty, nor of ceremony. It is a letter written from the deepest part of a man who has lived, ruled, and dreamed, but never truly felt alive until he met her. My queen, you are not just the crown beside mine, you are the reason I wear it with purpose. Every word I write to you carries the weight of everything I've never been able to say aloud. There are moments when words seem too small for the depth of what I feel, but tonight, I let my heart speak freely, for this letter is not for the world to read, but for your soul to feel. From the first moment I saw you, I knew my heart had found its ruler long before the throne did. The world calls me a prince, yet in your presence, I am simply a man, humbled, disarmed, and captivated by the grace of your being. You do not command with power, you rule with presence. You have the rare gift of turning silence into peace, and chaos into calm. Every glance from you holds the kind of strength that cannot be taught, the kind that can only be born from love, patience, and pain overcome. You are my queen not because a crown declares it, but because my heart does. There are nights when I sit by the window, looking at the stars, wondering how fate could be so kind to grant me someone like you. The heavens themselves seem smaller in comparison to the universe I see when I look into your eyes. You are the calm to my storm, the voice that steadies the echoes in my mind. You've seen me at my most vulnerable, not as a prince, but as a man stripped of all armor, and you've loved me still. That, to me, is the greatest act of royalty there could ever be. I write this letter because sometimes the weight of what I feel cannot be carried in silence. You deserve to know how much of my world revolves around you. Every decision I make, every step I take, every dream I dare to chase, all of it is guided by your light. You are not a part of my life, you are my life. I do not seek to be remembered as a great ruler or a powerful name in history. I only wish to be remembered as the man who loved his queen with everything he had, with every breath he was given. The kingdom may see me as strong, but my strength is borrowed from you. It is your faith in me that keeps me standing when the world feels heavy. Your words have become my prayers, your love my armor. When I falter, I think of your voice, soft, certain, reminding me that even kings are allowed to rest. You have been my rest, my reason, my redemption. Without you, the throne would be nothing but an empty chair. With you, it becomes a shared destiny. If this were to be the last letter I ever write, let it be known that every heartbeat of mine carries your name, that every dawn I've witnessed felt brighter because of you, that every sunset I've seen reminded me of your warmth. I am not afraid of time, nor of endings, because to love you has already made my life eternal. They may write tales of our reign, but only I will know the truth, that the real crown I ever wore was your love. And so, my queen, this letter will remain as a piece of my soul written in ink. A confession, a vow, a promise. No matter what tomorrow brings, my loyalty will never waver, my affection will never fade, and my heart will always find its way back to you. You are my beginning, my middle, and my forever. If love is a kingdom, then you, my queen, are its heart, and I, your eternal servant, am forever yours. I think often about the path that led me to you. It was not straight, nor was it easy. It was full of storms, doubts, and nights when I questioned everything about myself. Yet somehow, every wrong turn, every pain, every lesson was a step closer to your door. When I finally found you, I realized why none of it had made sense before. Because it wasn't supposed to. Fate was weaving its own tapestry, and we were always meant to be its central thread. In finding you, I found myself, and in loving you, I learned what it truly means to live. I remember the first time our eyes met, and how the entire world seemed to hush. You stood there not as a queen draped in grace, but as a soul so radiant that even the crown could not outshine it. You did not have to command my respect. You earned it simply by existing, and in that instant, I knew that my heart, long caged by duty and expectation, had finally been set free. It was not a moment of weakness but of awakening, as though the universe whispered to me, here she is. Now, when I look at you across the room, or when you're lost in your own thoughts, I think of the countless lifetimes it must have taken for us to find each other again. Every smile you give me feels like a memory I've always had. Every word you speak feels like an echo of something I once knew. It is as if our souls have danced this dance before, and this time we have simply found our rhythm. That's why, when I hold your hand, I hold it with reverence, because it feels like holding destiny itself. I know there are days when the weight of what surrounds us feels heavy. The eyes of others, the expectations, the endless duties, they press down on both of us. But my queen, I want you to know that you are never alone in that weight. Every burden you carry, I carry beside you. Every shadow that tries to dim your light, I will stand against it. Because my vow to you is not only to love you in moments of ease, but to protect and honor you when the storms rise. That is the kind of man I want to be for you, not just a prince, but a shelter. Sometimes, late at night when the palace is quiet, I imagine us far from all this, no titles, no crowns, no eyes watching. Just you and me, walking through a field or sitting beneath the stars, speaking of dreams too tender for the throne room. In those dreams, you laugh freely, and I watch you as though you are the only thing that matters in the world. And in truth, even here, even now, you are. The world could take everything from me, the land, the throne, the name, and I would still be rich if I had your hand in mine. I also think of the future, of the days when time will etch its story upon us. I see us growing older together, and yet somehow, becoming more alive with each passing year. I see you teaching me patience, showing me how to slow down and savor each moment. I see myself still looking at you with the same wonder I feel today. Age may change our faces, but it will never change the way my heart quickens when I hear your voice. Our love is not fragile, it is forged, tempered by all we have endured. And so I write these words not as a prince writing to his queen, but as a man writing to the woman who holds his entire heart. This letter is my promise, that I will choose you in every season, in every lifetime, no matter the trials that come. That I will never forget the day your soul touched mine, nor the way you changed everything I thought I knew about love. That when history writes its version of us, it may speak of a crown and a throne, but in truth, it was always about this, about a man who found his queen and vowed to love her, not for what she was to the world, but for what she was to him. There are days when I wake before dawn, and in the quiet light, I watch you sleep. The soft rhythm of your breathing becomes the most sacred sound in the world to me. In those still hours, I find myself thanking the heavens for you, for your patience, for your strength, for the way you somehow understand me even when I cannot find the words. You have turned my solitude into peace, my uncertainty into purpose. Loving you has not made me weaker, it has made me whole. And if this life has given me only one true treasure, it is you. I have seen wars and peace, victory and loss, but none of it compares to the quiet victory of being loved by you. You have the power to calm storms with a single touch, to steady my soul when duty tries to pull it apart. You remind me that even kings are human, and that true strength is not found in how long one can stand alone, but in how fearlessly one can love. You have been my balance, my reason to stay grounded when the weight of the crown tempts me to drift away. And for that, my queen, I owe you more than the world could ever repay. There is a certain beauty in how you move through life, not with loudness, but with grace. Every word you speak carries wisdom, every gesture reveals kindness. When you smile at me, the entire world fades into something distant and unimportant. In your eyes, I see the kind of love poets spend lifetimes trying to describe but never capture. You are not just the love of my life. You are the rhythm my heart learned to follow. You are my poetry made flesh. Sometimes I fear that I will never be able to show you how deeply I feel. Words seem small, gestures inadequate. I could build kingdoms, wage wars, and command armies. Yet none of that could measure up to the simple power of whispering your name with love. For me, you are not a dream to be chased. You are the reality I wake up grateful for. My love for you does not live in grand gestures. It lives in the quiet moments. In the way I reach for your hand, in the way I look for you in every crowd, in the way my world always turns toward you. There are times I wish I could take you far away from the noise of this world, to a place where we could be just ourselves, free from the eyes that judge and the expectations that weigh heavy. I imagine us walking through the gardens at twilight, the scent of roses in the air, your hand in mine, your laughter soft against the wind. No titles, no duty, just you and me, two souls that chose each other despite everything. In those moments I understand what eternity must feel like. I know life will not always be kind. There will be storms we cannot predict, losses we cannot avoid, and days that test every promise we have made. But my faith in you, in us, will never waver. For every dark night, I will bring you dawn. For every tear, I will bring you comfort. And when the world feels heavy, I will remind you that you were never meant to carry it alone. My love for you is not conditional. It is a vow as steady and eternal as the stars above us. And when the years pass, when our hair turns silver and our steps slow, I will still look at you the same way I do now, with awe, gratitude, and wonder, because no matter how time changes us, one truth will never fade, that I was blessed beyond measure to live my days loving you. You will forever be the heart of my story, the queen of my soul, and the reason I will always believe that love, true love, is the most powerful kingdom of all. There are things a man can say with his voice, and there are things his heart must whisper through silence. This letter, my love, carries both. Every word I write trembles with the weight of feeling that no ink could ever truly hold. I do not write to impress you. I write because I must, because my heart, without you, is a restless sea, and only through these words can it find calm. You are not merely the queen of my kingdom. You are the keeper of my peace, the melody that turns my chaos into music. I've seen many suns rise and fall, but none have shone as brightly as the light you bring into my life. Even when the sky darkens and duty pulls me far from your side, I carry you in every breath, every thought, every quiet prayer. You have taught me that love does not require presence to exist, it needs faith. And faith, my queen, is what you've planted in me. A faith so strong that even the distance between us feels sacred, as though the universe itself protects what we share. When I think of you, I think of gentleness, not the fragile kind, but the kind that holds power in silence. Your strength lies not in how loud you speak, but in how softly you love. You've shown me that real love doesn't conquer, it heals, it doesn't demand, it gives. You've given me more than affection. You've given me understanding, forgiveness, and the quiet courage to be a better man. Every victory I have, every choice I make, carries your reflection, for it is your wisdom that steadies my steps. Sometimes I wonder what the world would be if more hearts loved like yours, with grace instead of pride, with patience instead of haste. You are the example of what I wish my kingdom to become: kind, balanced, and full of light. You remind me that ruling is not about power, it's about compassion. And in loving you, I've learned to lead not with command, but with care. You have made me realize that the truest kind of strength is not in standing above others, but in standing beside the one you love. So as I seal this letter, I want you to know, this isn't just a message written in ink, but in eternity. The world may change, the years may pass, and even the stars may forget their places in the sky, but my heart will not forget you. You are my every reason, my quiet anchor, my forever promise. If this is my most important letter, it is because it carries the truth I've waited my whole life to say, that no matter where time leads us, you will always be my queen, in title, in love, and in soul.